Good morning. Welcome to the fourth video of Sober Sunrise. Today is Tuesday, June 17th. It's a little later. It's 7:11 a.m. here, and I slept in a little bit today, unexpectedly. It just was one of those days where the sleep was deep and I couldn't get up. Anyway, let's get to the reading today. Let's go. All right, June 17th, deep down within us. We found the great reality deep down within us. Ooh, I don't know where this is going. In the last analysis, it is only there that he may be found. Search diligently within yourself. With this attitude, you cannot fail. The consciousness of your belief is sure to come to you. Wow, okay. Alcoholics Anonymous, big book, page 55. That's where that's from. It was out of the depths of loneliness, depression, and despair that I sought the help of AA. As I recovered and began to face the emptiness and ruin of my life, I began to open myself to the possibility of healing that recovery offers through the AA program. By coming to meetings, staying sober, and taking the steps, I had the opportunity to listen with increasing attentiveness to the depths of my soul. Daily I waited, in hope and gratitude, for that sure belief and steadfast love I had longed for in my life. In this process, I met my God as I understand him. Okay. So, interesting one to pick apart here, to dissect. Again, I want to go back to my previous videos here. Don't be scared by a lot of talk about God, okay? God can be a group of drunks. This does not mean the God that this person is writing about has to be your God. This doesn't mean that the God this person is writing about is right for you. That's okay. That's fine. It is up to you to decide what your higher power is. It's up to you to decide whether you choose to believe in a God or not. It's not up to anybody else. And sitting in meetings and listening to people talk about God is part of AA. But again, AA doesn't work for everybody. Find what works for you. Okay, you don't have to. I want to be clear that I'm not making this channel about AA. I read the daily reflections from AA because I find them thought provoking, and I think that they are good things to talk about. But AA works for me. It doesn't work for everybody. That's okay. Find what works for you. If just talking about concepts like this helps, then that's this channel doing its job. Okay. But let's talk about the reading. We found the great reality deep down within us. That's kind of like what I talked about yesterday. Inside all of us, there's a spirit, a spirituality, and it takes time sometimes to find it, especially if you haven't been looking for it. Or if you have been looking for it, but you've been looking for it through the foggy lens of alcohol or drugs. It's going to take a clear mind, a clear heart, an open mind, and an open heart to find what it is you're looking for. In the last analysis, it is only there that he may be found. In the last analysis, it is only there that he may be found. Again, obviously, he, talking about God, higher power. Search diligently within yourself. This is the part that's hard. This is one of the parts that's hard for a lot of people. Searching diligently, taking time out of your day to ponder these big concepts. But once you have an idea of what you believe and what makes sense to you, it's helpful to feel like you're not alone. So search diligently within yourself. With this attitude, you cannot fail. I mean, those are positive words. Search diligently within yourself. With this attitude, you cannot fail. The consciousness of your belief is sure to come to you. It'll come to you. It might take, it takes different amounts of time for everybody. So stick to, just if you want it, you got to keep working for it. You got to keep searching. The consciousness of your belief, the consciousness, okay? I've been actually reading and listening to a lot of different things about consciousness lately. It's an interesting concept when you really break it down. Your belief is there for you to find. It's waiting for you to find it. It exists already. And it's just up to you to find it. That's what I believe. It already exists. Your spirituality exists. It's always existed, and it's up to you to find it. It's just waiting for you to find it. It's not going to jump out at you necessarily and be like, hey, here I am. I'll make it easy for you. At least not in my experience. Maybe some people have had that experience, but I haven't. And I don't know anyone who has. I guess you do hear stories of those aha moments that just kind of come to you. But I suspect that they have come after a lot of work. That's just my suspicion. But your consciousness is there. It's ready for you to discover it. And when you do, it'll be special. It'll be a good day for you. And if you've already found yours, whether it's whatever it is, share about it in the comments if you feel so inclined. Let others know if it took you a while, if you were born with it, if you thought you knew what it was, but then it turned out to be something else. Share. Please comment and let us know. All right, it was out of the depths of loneliness, depression, and despair that I sought the help of AA. It often is. Most people don't come to the doors, the rooms of AA on a winning streak. They're usually coming out of loneliness, depression, and despair, or they're coming because they're mandated to go. There are people who are there because they have to be, and that's fine too. Some of them come and they stay. Some of them come and they get their papers signed, and as soon as they have enough signatures to satisfy the courts, we never see them again, and that's their journey. But it's most people who are there are coming out of the depths of loneliness, depression, and despair, and they come to find a new way of life. And if they stay and they sit down and they're earnest and they do the work, they usually find that new way of life. As I recovered and began to face the emptiness and ruin of my life, I began to open myself to the possibility of the healing and recovery offered through the AA program. I'm going to read that again. As I recovered and began to face the emptiness and ruin of my life, I began to open myself to the possibility of the healing that recovery offers through the AA program. That's everything right there. That is everything in one sentence. As this person began to recover, they began to face the emptiness and ruin that their life had become. We have to. Can't ignore it. Can't ignore the past. We don't have to relive it, but we can't ignore it. We have to acknowledge it. We have to take responsibility for it, and move on. It's like if you swept a huge pile of debris under a rug, you're going to see that there's a big pile of debris under the rug, right? It's not gone, it's just covered up. And every time you walk through that room, you're going to notice it. That's the same thing. If you don't address the past, you're going to keep noticing it, and you're going to go, oh, I don't want to talk. I don't want to do that. I don't want to clean that up. No one else is going to do it. You got to do it. That's scary, because some of our piles of debris are bigger than others, and sometimes it's going to take years to clear that mess of the past. But we have to face it, because it won't go away. As I recovered and began to face the emptiness and ruin of my life, I began to open myself. You know, you have to open up to new opportunities and new ideas and embrace change. If nothing ever changes, then nothing ever changes. If you keep doing the same thing and have the same thoughts and have the same beliefs and everything, that you just it's really, really difficult to make progress. You know, like I said, none of us got here on a winning streak. None of us found ourselves, woke up one morning and said, boy, this pattern of alcoholism and anxiety and depression and regret, and this is really working for me. And it's working so well, and I love it so much. I'm going to give it up. I'm going to go to AA. That's not how it works. It's, wow, my life is in ruins, usually. I've lost the most important things in my life. Personally, I lost my marriage, and I lost my son for a period there. During COVID, I was with him 24/7. I was the stay-at-home dad during COVID. I got laid off during COVID. My wife, his mom, she continued working from home. We chose to have me stay home with our son, and I had him 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and he was, 3.5 years old. And then when my drinking got too bad and I had to leave, I lost him. I lost the little bundle of amazingness that I had had every moment with for the last couple years, year plus. So I lost her, I lost him, I lost the house. None of us come in on a winning streak. But I began to open myself to the possibility of healing. I knew I wanted it. I knew I needed it. And I didn't know how to get it. I knew AA was there, but I never really sat all the way down in AA up to that point. I hadn't really tried any other alternative methods to find the recovery that I was looking for. So when I gave in and made the phone call and said I need help, I went to treatment. Treatment for me was basically dry out and do a little bit of work during the day. The program I was in wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst either. They did their best with what limited resources they had. And when I got out, I went back to my apartment. I started going to meetings every day. I went to AA meeting, the same AA meeting at the same time, at the same place every single day. I shared. I thought I had it figured out. I thought I knew. And I was, 40, 50, 60 days into sobriety. And then I decided I could try drinking one more time to see because I was convinced that I could outsmart it. I was smarter than the disease is powerful. So I tried and I failed miserably. And I went through another 2 or 3 month period of what was even worse than before, with depression and guilt and shame. Because I had come back from being gone, I had started to spend time with my son again. Mind you, he's 4 years old at the time. And then all of a sudden I start drinking again, and the shame and the guilt built up so quickly, and it was so intense that I totally went inward, and I stopped calling him. I stopped answering when they called. I made excuses for the first couple weekends that I was supposed to have him. It clearly became obvious to his mom that I was drinking again. The shame and guilt got so bad that I couldn't look at his picture anymore. Of course, I had his picture on my phone. I had to take that off. I couldn't see his face. All the pictures in the apartment, I had to put face down. It was so bad that I contemplated whether it was better for me to just remove myself completely from his life and be like, he's better off without me. That's the ruin and emptiness that I was facing. As I recovered and began to face the emptiness and ruin of my life, I began to open myself to the possibility of healing that recovery offers through the AA program. I had to try something, so this time I gave up control and I went back to treatment. I demanded to go back to the place I had gone before because it was comfortable. It didn't make me work that hard, but I was going to sober up. And at least that was a start. And then my family basically took over and said, we're shipping all your stuff. We're putting all your belongings in storage. We're shipping your car across the country. When you get out of treatment, you're going to come stay with us. And you're going to get into sober living up here. You're going to have people around you who love you and support you. And you're going to stay as long as you need to stay to get this taken care of. And that's what I did. I fully surrendered. And that meant going, 1,000 miles plus away from my son and spending 7 months there. And I came back, after a few months, I came back for a couple visits. But that was the hardest period of my life as a sober person. The hardest period of my life was the months leading up to that, when I couldn't even look at my own son's picture because I felt so guilty and just worthless. But I began to open myself to the possibility of the healing that recovery offers through the AA program. I did it. Went to 90 meetings in 90 days. Once I got to where I, had landed, got service positions, met some amazing people, networked, fellowshipped, made connections, stronger connections that I'd ever had in my life, honestly. And I still have them today. By coming to meetings, staying sober, and taking the steps, I had the opportunity to listen with increasing attentiveness to the depths of my soul. I might get this whole reading tattooed on myself. I love this one so much. By coming to meetings, 90 meetings in 90 days, staying sober, taking the steps, I had the opportunity to listen with increasing attentiveness to the depths of my soul. I finally was listening to what my soul wanted, my spirit. I wasn't listening to the outside noise and listening to what I should do and who I should be and what I should have, and I wasn't listening to any of that noise anymore. I was finally listening to what my spirit was saying I want, what it wants. And that was pretty awesome. It was amazing. Daily I waited in hope and gratitude for that belief and steadfast love I had longed for in my life. I did. I've mentioned on other videos, I've been envious of people who have faith. I wanted to have faith. I never had it. I longed for it though. So daily, I waited in hope and gratitude. Hope, I hope this happens for me. I want this. I'm doing the things I need to do, and I'm waiting for the understanding, the awareness of what my spirit desires. With gratitude, I'm grateful. I was grateful for where I was. I was grateful for being sober. I was grateful for my family who took control and said, "This is what you're going to do. Stop trying to make the decisions for yourself. Just do what we say." And I did. And I was grateful for so much during that period of my life. I waited in hope and gratitude for that sure belief and steadfast love I had longed for in my life. In this process, I met my God as I understand him. Switch it up. In this process, I became aware of the universal consciousness as I understand it. And now I have that as part of my life. And it can't be taken away. I have the understanding of a universal consciousness that makes sense to me. I'm not alone. None of us are alone. None of us can be alone. You're not alone. If you're listening to this, you're not alone. I'm connected to you. You're connected to me. So if you feel alone, maybe it would help to reach out to someone who you know will listen, that will just listen to you. If you don't have that, watch this video again. Try going to another meeting. Try something. Don't give up. Do not give up. Don't give up. It gets better. It can get better. It'll be really, really hard, but it will get better with time. Okay, so going on 23 minutes here. So hope that resonated with someone. If you liked the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share the video with someone who you think might need to hear this. Leave a comment on what you think. And come back tomorrow. I'll have another video posted tomorrow. So thank you again for listening, for supporting me while I go through this experiment. It's been helpful for me. I feel like I start the day off with some deep thought and some gratitude and some awareness of my journey. It's helping me relive part of my journey, so it's been helpful for me. I hope it's been helpful for you or someone you might know and love. So yeah, whoever you are, wherever you are, whenever you're listening to this, you are worth it. Don't give up. Please keep trying. Open yourself to the possibility of healing. Thank you. Have a great day. Love you all. Bye.